Hello students, in this video we are going to see chemical reactions and stoichiometric calculations. Now here the first term, chemical reactions. So let us first understand what are chemical reactions, because understanding chemical reactions will only help you to understand the stoichiometric calculations. So students, here I take A and I react that with B. I show an forward direction arrow in this way and I write here C plus B. Here A plus B, I call them as reactants. This I call them as products. And this arrow, it indicates that the reactants, they are reacting and they are forming the products. So this is a forward direction arrow. Students, if I see the reactants and the products, there are various ways we represent a reaction. So let us see the first reaction. The first reaction what we'll be dealing with in stoichiometric calculation, they are the formation reactions. Now, how you will go for the formation reactions? For formation reactions, the word formation means something is getting formed, and when something is getting formed, you have to write that on the product side. So say for example, I write an equation that is formation of ammonia. Now what is ammonia, student? Is NH3. Now when I say formation of ammonia, means ammonia is getting formed on the product side. So I will always write this ammonia on this side, that is the product side, because it is getting formed. So now I will see the constituent elements what this molecule is made up of. This molecule is made up of nitrogen and hydrogen. You know that nitrogen is written as N2 in its free elemental state and hydrogen is written as H2. So what will be my reactants now? My reactants will be N2, that is nitrogen, plus hydrogen, gives me ammonia. Now here it is formation of ammonia. So students, always take care that this number of moles here for ammonia must be 1 and then you will balance the equation. So I will keep this nitrogen ammonia molecule as one molecule and then I will balance the reaction. If I see here nitrogen is 1, here it is 2, so I will write here half. If you see hydrogen here, it is 3, here it is 2, so it will be 3 by 2. What is the meaning of 3 by 2? Is 1.5 into 2 will give you 3. Now the reaction is balanced. Second important thing is I must represent the physical state wherever possible. It helps for the calculation. Like I have written formation of ammonia, let us see the second equation and that is decomposition reactions. Students, decomposition means something is getting broken. So if I say it is decomposition, let me take one example and that is decomposition of, say, water. Now what I am doing in the reaction, I am decomposing water. So water must be on the reactant side and then I will form its constituent elements. If you see the reaction, what are its constituent elements? They are hydrogen and oxygen. They are written as H2 and O2. So what will be the product here is H2 and O2. Right students? Now this is the decomposition of water. So I must keep water as 1 mole. Now I will balance the equation. If I see here this is 2. So this is 2 here. This is balanced. So let us write the physical states here. Now if I see oxygen, this is 1 mole. So I will just write here half. Now the reaction is balanced. Students, it is always, you have to remember this, that until and unless the question demands you to take 2 moles or 3 moles, you will always balance the reaction in terms of 1 mole. Now let us go for the third type of reaction what we'll be using in stoichiometric calculations, and that is combustion reactions. In combustion reactions, we burn the given substance in excess of oxygen, that is the reaction. Now usually the hydrocarbons, this is very very important student, you must know this statement that whenever a hydrocarbon is combust means it is burnt in excess of oxygen, then the products, they are always water and carbon dioxide. This you have to remember. If it is a hydrocarbon, then it will give the corresponding carbon dioxide gas and water. Now to understand this, let me take one example, and that example is, let us take combustion of methane. What is methane, student? Is CH4. Who is combusting? Methane is combusting. So methane must be the reactant side. So this is methane. Combustion means when I will burn this in excess of air or oxygen. So I will write oxygen here. And the products must be carbon dioxide and water. What I am combusting is methane. So I will keep methane as 1 mole and then I will balance the equation. So here carbon is 1. Here also carbon is 1. So carbon is balanced. Hydrogen here is 4. Here it is 2. So I will write here 2. Now hydrogen is balanced. Now student, for balancing oxygen, I will not see on this side. For that, I will move on to this side. If I see oxygen, it is 2 here and 2 here. Means there are 4 oxygen on the product side. So I will put here now 2. To understand these combustion reactions better, let us have few more examples. So let me take the equation or the reaction of combustion of benzene. What is benzene, student? Benzene is C6H6. Let us combust this. If I am combusting benzene, means I will write benzene on the reactant side and I will add oxygen to it. Now as benzene is a hydrocarbon means simply carbon and hydrogen compound. So what the products I will get is carbon dioxide and water. I will just write the physical states. You can continue writing the physical state. So this is what the reaction is. Now let us balance the equation. Here benzene, as it is getting combust, I will keep this as 1 mole and then I will try to balance the equation. If I see here carbon is 6, so I will simply write here 6 moles of carbon here in carbon dioxide. Next I will try to balance hydrogen. It is 6 here, it is 2 here, so I will write here 3. Now for balancing oxygen, I will move on to this side. If you see here 6 2 times is 12 plus 3. So how many oxygens are there, student? There are 15 oxygen atoms on this side. 6 2 times 12 plus 3, that is 15. Now I will move on to this side. This is 2. So I cannot remove this 2. So how I will put, or what number I will, coefficient I will put here so that this can become 15 is if I multiply this 2 by 7.5 or simply, student, this number divided by this. So it will be 15 divided by 2 or 7.5 you can write here. Now the equation is balanced. So this is how you balance the equations for stoichiometric calculations. Now next very important concept. Now students, what we have studied is, the first we have seen the formation reactions. In formation reactions, whatever is given, you have to put that on the product side because it is getting formed. Decomposition reactions, whatever is given, you have to write that on the reactant side because that decomposes. Next is combustion. Whatever the compound or the substance is given, you have to burn that in excess of oxygen and then you will balance the equation keeping that as 1 mole in this way. The products must be carbon dioxide and water. Next very important thing is how to make the relations. Now students, what are actually stoichiometric calculations? So stoichiometric calculations they are the calculations which are based on balanced chemical equation. We call them as stoichiometric calculations. Now students, when you are balancing a chemical equation for the reactants and the products, only two things which are considered is that the problems, they are usually based on mass to mass relation, mass to volume relation, or volume to volume relations. So the relations what we use is usually mass to mass, mass to volume, or volume to volume. Now when I say mass, the immediate thing what comes into consideration is the molar mass. When I say volume, then I am talking about the standard temperature pressure condition or the volume, and that is 22.4 dm cube or 22400 cm cube. So what are the standard conditions what I need to correlate during the stoichiometric calculation is, always remember student, that molar mass or the molecular weight of any given substance, that will always correspond to 1 mole. 1 mole of any substance must contain Avogadro number of molecules or particles or electrons, and they must occupy a volume of 22.4 dm cube or 22400 cm cube. So this will be always a standard equation. Depending upon the question type, you have to use the format. What it means, let us revise. If the substance which is given to me is water, I will calculate the molar mass of water, that is 2 plus 16, that means 18 gram. So when I take 18 gram of water, means I am talking about 1 mole of water, means it must have Avogadro number of particles and it must occupy a volume of 22.4 dm cube. So this is what actually the relations what we have to set up. When I say mass to mass, means I am talking about the given mass and the molar mass. When I say mass and volume, means I am talking about the molar mass and the STP volume. So this type of relations you have to create. Now what are the steps which are involved in the problems when you solve stoichiometric problems? So the students, what is very important is that first you have to write the balanced chemical equation. Now what is the meaning of balanced chemical equations? Means you have to balance in terms of number of moles, the stoichiometric coefficients according to the question demand. So the first is you have to write the balanced chemical equation. Second is you have to write the number of moles and the relative masses or the volume of the reactants and products below each species. What it means, student? If I am writing C plus O2 giving CO2, then first I balance the equation. Second is I must write is mass below this. So this is 12 gram, this is 32 gram, and this is 44 gram. So I must mention the masses or the volume. If I see here, this is one volume, and one volume after balancing the equation. So this should be your second step. Now what should be your third step is you have to bring a relation. You have to maintain or you have to form a relation between given and asked. So that should be your third rule, that you have to make a equation between asked and given. What is asked and what is given in the question? Between that you have to create an equation. And the fourth rule is you have to apply unitary method and calculate what is asked. So those are the steps which are involved for the stoichiometric calculations. So students, let us solve few of the questions and let us see if some shortcut is also possible for those calculations. So let us come to the first problem. Here I have written few of the problems. Now the first problem is calculate the mass of carbon dioxide. Now here they are asking you to calculate the mass of carbon dioxide and water which are formed Means what, student? Carbon dioxide and water, they are getting formed. Means what you will write is carbon dioxide and water. You have to write on the product side. Now which type of reaction they are talking about? They are talking about the complete combustion of those many gram of methane gas. So the reaction is combustion of methane. So what will be your required equation? Let us write the required equation first. So your required equation will be combustion of methane. So it will be methane plus oxygen giving you carbon dioxide plus water. As I told you that here methane is getting combust. So I will keep 1 mole of methane and I will balance the equation. So you also try how to balance the equation. Here you have 1 carbon. Here also 1 carbon. 4 hydrogen, here it is 2 hydrogen, so I will mark here 2. Before that, I must write the physical states. In case required, you can use the physical state. Here you can consider the physical state as liquid because this is the most stable state in which the water exists. So here what will be the next one? Hydrogen is 4, so I marked here 2. Now on this side, it will be 2 oxygen and 2 oxygen 4, so I will mark here 2. So students, now I have balanced the chemical equation. Now next is, what was the second rule, student? I have written the balanced chemical equation. Now the second is I have to write the mass or the volume according to the question. Now if you see the question, they are asking you to calculate the mass. So what I should write is, I should write the masses below each component. So let us calculate the molar masses. This will be 12 plus 4. So this will be 16. I will write here mass. So this will be 16 gram. If I see this is 16 into 2 is 32. 32 into 2, this will be 64 gram. How to calculate the molar mass? Please refer to molar mass calculation video. This is 12 plus 32. So this will be 44 gram. And this will be 2 plus 16. This will be 18 into 2. That is 36 gram. Now let us come back to the question. They want only calculate the mass of carbon dioxide and water. So they want the mass for this as well as for this. Now what they are giving is complete combustion of 24 gram of methane. Now let us move on to this, student. If you see the equation, let us try to read the question. When I burn sigma here in this question, oxygen is of no use for me. It is only used to balance the equation. So let us not talk about oxygen. When I burn 16 gram of methane, I get 44 gram of carbon dioxide as well as 36 gram of water. So let us take the first calculation. Here I will solve the first one, calculate the mass of carbon dioxide. So let us first calculate the mass of carbon dioxide. So students, what will be your first equation? When I burn 16 gram of methane, I get 44 gram of carbon dioxide, right? So let us write down the first statement. When 16 gram of methane is combusted, then 44 gram of carbon dioxide is formed. Now how much they are asking? When 24 gram of methane is combusted. So therefore, when 24 gram of methane is combusted, then how much of carbon dioxide will be formed? This is unitary method, student. So what you will do is just simply cross multiply this. So it will be 44 into 24 divided by 16. So how to go for this calculation, student? Simply sort out this, so you will get the answer. So this will be 66 gram of carbon dioxide. So this is your first answer. So you got the first answer for only for carbon dioxide. Now the second question they are asking is for water. So we will create the equation in the same way. So let us go for water. So let us calculate mass of water formed. Now what will be the equation now here, student? If I am calculating for water, so I will take this to this relation now. So what I will write? When 16 gram of methane is combusted, how much gram is obtained? 36 gram of water is formed. Therefore, for 24 gram of methane when is combusted, it will be how much? Right, students? Again, go for cross multiplication. It will be 36 into 24 divided by 16. So, it will be 54 gram of water. So, how much of carbon dioxide? 66 gram of carbon dioxide and 54 gram of water will be formed. So, this is your answer. Very easy calculations. Let us move on to the next question. That is, how much calcium oxide will be produced by, see the term here now, student, this is decomposition. Decomposition of what? Of calcium carbonate. So, what will be your required equation now? Let us write the required equation. So, your required equation will be, it is decomposition. So, CaCO3 will decompose to give you. Now, student, it's very easy to write the equation. If you see this, calcium carbonate is getting decomposed and they are asking how much of CaO will be formed. So, your first product will be CaO. Now, what is remaining is CaO. Is CO2 is remaining. So, the other product is CO2. So, let us balance the equation. If you see this, this is solid, solid and gas. So, this is Ca1, Ca also 1. Carbon 1, carbon 1, oxygen 3, here also oxygen is 3. So, the equation is balanced. So, now when you are decomposing this, you have to supply heat. It is an endothermic reaction. So, when it will decompose, you will get this. Let us write the masses now. Now, always remember, student, when you are taking calcium carbonate, usually this is asked because its mass comes out to 100 and easy for calculation. So, this will be 40 plus 12 plus 16 into 3. So, this will come to 100 parts or 100 gram. Now, let us go for this. This will be 40 plus 16. So, this will be 56 gram. And carbon dioxide, it will be 12 plus 16 into 2. So, this will come to 44 gram. We have written the second step also. Now, they are asking you how much of calcium carbon oxide will be produced. Now, here when I take 100 gram, how much of CaO is formed? Is 56. Now here carbon dioxide is of no importance for me. I have used this only to balance the equation. So here 100 gram will give me 56 gram of calcium oxide. How much they are asking? How much? So what will be your standard equation, student? Here 100 gram of calcium carbonate on decomposition. It gives you 56 gram of CaO. Therefore, 5 gram of calcium carbonate will give how much? Again, go for cross multiplication. It will be 56 into 5 divided by 100. So, students, you can simply multiply this or you can sort it out. This will come to 56 divided by 20. That is 28 divided by 10, 2.8. So, your answer here is 2.8 gram of calcium carbonate. So, this is what the answer is. Let us move on to the third problem. How many liters of oxygen at STP are required to burn completely 2.2 gram of propane, that is C3H8. Here they are asking you something in liter. So, I can go for the STP volume and that is 22.4 liter. Here they are giving the STP conditions. Burn completely means it is again combustion. So, what will be our required equation? Let us write that. So, if you see this, let us first write the required equation. This is question number 3. So, I am writing the required equation. If you see this, they are talking about completely combustion of propane. What is propane, student? Is C3H8 plus oxygen. will give me carbon dioxide plus water. As I said, I will keep this as 1 mole and I will balance the equation. You also do that simultaneously. Here it is 3. I will mark here 3. This is 8. I will mark here 4. Now I will move on to this side. 3 2 times is 6 plus 4 is how much, student? 3 2 times is 6 plus 4 is 10. Come to this side. So this will be 5. So this is how I have balanced this. But if I see the question, here they are giving this propane, some mass is given and they are asking about liter, means they are asking about oxygen volume. So here this is a question where I will have mass to volume relation, means mass to STP volume. So let us write the masses first. This will be 12 3 times is 36 plus 8. So I am writing the mass. Mass here is 44 gram. This will be 16 2 times is 32. 32 into 5. This will come to 160 gram. Similarly, this will be 44 into 3. So it will be 132 gram. And water 18 into 4. So this will be 72 gram. So I have written the masses, but I don't need to correlate only mass to mass because I have to convert this from mass to volume. And what they are asking here is propane to oxygen. So they are asking only propane to oxygen. So I don't want this equation as such, but I have to write because I have to balance the equation. So let us continue now. They are asking how many liter. So you know, student, that 1 mole corresponds to 22.4 dm cube. If you see the equation, what I have given, that molar mass must correspond to 22.4 dm cube. So let us use the same concept here. How many moles of oxygen I have used? 5 moles. So for 5 moles here, it will be 22.4 into 5. So this will come to 112 liter or dm cube. Right, students? So 44 gram of propane will require 112 dm cube of oxygen because it is requiring 5 moles. So 5, for that I will require 112, and therefore how much they are asking? 2.2. So for 2.2 gram it will be how much? Again go for cross multiplication. It will be 112 into 2.2 divided by 44. Let us go by log now. So it will be, I can do here, log of 112 plus log of 2.2. How much of log of this is? 2.0492, and this will be 0.3424. So the total will come to 2.3916 minus log of 44. So it will be 1.6435. So the difference will come to 0.7481 and anti-log will come to 5.599. So your answer here is 5.599 liter or nearly 5.6 liter. I have round off this to 2 digits, so it will be this. Now students, there is one more very easy way to do the same calculation instead going for log. Now let me just give you that concept, how to correlate this. If you see this, student, 44 is becoming 2.2 here. Means 44 is becoming half divided by 10. 44 half is how much, student? 22. After making it half, I divide this by 10, then I will get 2.2. So from this to this, what I have to do is, I have to make it half and divide that by 10. So let us make this also half. If I make this half, it will be how much, student? If I make this half, means I will divide this by 2. So it will become how much, student? 56. And then divide this by 10. So answer is 5.6. So you get the answer directly here, that is 5.6. So this type of tricks you can use for your MCQs. You have to see the relation between this to this. 44 becomes 2.2, means 44 first becomes half to 22 and then divide that by 10. You get 2.2. Same you have to do here. Divide this by 2, you get 56. Divide that by 10. So the answer is 5.6. For theory, you have to use the log calculations, but for MCQs, you can use this trick. So here the answer is 5.6 liter. Let us move on to the next problem. Now next problem is a piece of zinc weighing. So they have given the mass of zinc here. So let us write. So mass of zinc they have given is how much, student? 0.635 gram. When treated with excess of dilute H2SO4. So how you will write the required equation here? So let us first write the required equation. So my required equation is zinc is reacting with H2SO4. So this reaction, you know, students, when metal reacts with acid, what they give is hydrogen gas is liberated, and the next product is its corresponding sulfate. So let us see what the product is. ZnSO4 plus H2 gas is given out. Now let us balance the equation. Zinc 1, hydrogen 2, sulfur 1, oxygen 4. So this is already a balanced equation. Now let us see the masses. They have not given in the question, but you know that zinc, what is the mass, is 65 gram. So this will be given actually in the problem. So mass of zinc is 65, and what they are asking the question here, when treated with excess of dilute H2SO4, this much ml of hydrogen is given off. So what will be my standard equation is only between zinc and hydrogen. I'm not interested in H2SO4 or ZnSO4. So if you see this, how many mole is formed here is 1 mole. Means how much? 22.4 dm cube or liter is formed. So when you treat 65 gram of zinc with an acid, how much of H2SO4 is given out is 1 mole, that is 22.4 dm cube is liberated. Now here they are asking what will be the amount of zinc required if this much amount of hydrogen is given out. Now student, this is in dm cube, this is in cm cube. So I will convert this 200 cm cube in dm cube. So what will be that is 0.2 dm cube. So let us use here 0.200 dm cube or liter. It will be how much? So how I will write? 22.4 dm cube of hydrogen is liberated when 65 gram of zinc is used. Therefore, for 0.2 dm cube of hydrogen, or it will be liberated when how much of zinc will be used. Again go for cross multiplication. So it will be 65 into 0.200. You can take it 0.2 also, to 2.4. Let us go by log now. So it will be log of 65 plus log of 0.2. So this will be 1.8129 and this will be bar 1.3010. Let us add the two log values. It will be 1.1139 minus log of 22.4. So it will be 1.3502. Let us subtract. This will come to bar 1.7637 and anti-log will come to 5803 gram. So those many gram of zinc is required if you want 0.2 dm cube of hydrogen to be liberated. Therefore, 0.5803 gram of zinc is required for liberating 0.2 liter or dm cube of hydrogen. So we have solved the first part of this. They are asking you to calculate the percent purity of zinc sample also. So for that student, to calculate the purity To calculate purity, your equation will be how much of zinc they have used here. If you see the question, they are using a piece of zinc is weighing 0.635. So in 0.635, how much of this zinc is required is this. So let us make one standard equation that for 0.635 gram of zinc, how much of this is here utilized is 0.5803 gram is utilized. Therefore, they are asking for percent. So for 100, it will be how much? So again, let us go for cross multiplication. So it will be 0.5803 into 100 divided by 0.635. So if you want, you can shift the decimals 3 places and 3 places out. So what you have is 580.3 into 100 divided by 635. Now let us go for the log. Log of 580.3 plus log of 100. So this will be 2.7636 plus 2.0000. So this will come to 4.7636 minus log of 635. So this will be 80.28. So the difference will come to 1.9608. Go for the anti-log now. So the anti-log answer will come to 91.37%. So this is the purity of zinc what is used for the calculations. This is all about the stoichiometric calculations. I hope you understood what the basics of stoichiometric calculations are, what are chemical reactions and various different types of the reactions. So please do like my video and share it with your friends so most of the students can get benefited, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. So students, please do subscribe my channel. Thank you.